We find our inspiration, or we try to work collaboratively with scientific agencies, with energy agencies, to define roadmaps at sector level and then at company level. On the science-based approach, the ongoing development of a new low-carbon roadmap for the cement sector with the International Energy Agency will help us afterwards have a clear understanding of our science-based, so-called science-based or 2 degrees targets as an individual company. On resources, I would say indeed the question of resources is a more complex one, so that's exactly why I'm attending here and I'm listening to the different proposed approaches. So we tend to consider that our main resource, which is as you know, limestone, is actually far from being scarce in most regions. We still have some local scarcity issues. We see the growing issue of sand scarcity, and there is an urgent need in many regions of the planet to substitute sands by recycled resources or manufactured resources. So that's what we are working on also. And of course, then you have the fuel resource, the fuel use, which is strongly linked to CO2. So, in summary, we are focusing today our efforts clearly on climate. We are developing solutions for local resource scarcity as a company. We are still missing the real indicators and roadmap for the entire construction sector in terms of resource use and resource efficiency. And that's something which has to be developed much more collaboratively. So I think this discussion started already. This discussion about indeed new solutions, dematerialization, which is a challenging concept in the construction sector, sharing business models, really drastic reduction of resource use, drastic increase of resource efficiency. This discussion started already. It is, I would say, it's the heart, with climate, with the CO2 issue, it's the heart of our research and development today. Originally, it pretty much started by the commitment of visionary CEOs, visionary executive committee, and board of directors. So I mean, really, you need to have that awareness at this level within a company to make sure that resources, and I speak about financial resources and human resources, are dedicated. So this work, I believe, is done, and it's really now at the level of research and development. Also of pilot experiences in countries. So also much more operationally through pilot experiences in countries. We have been releasing for 3-4 years now an integrated profit and loss statement. So achieving, I think, a high level of transparency on all externalities of the company, social and environmental externalities, positive and negative, but obviously clearly showing the total impact we have. We are still working on it. We have been working with the London School of Economics on some of the parameters of the approach. We have created a roundtable with 15 to 20 companies, so a much smaller group than the natural capital or social capital coalition which are existing. Small group of 15 to 20 companies working together and making progress together on these valuation methodologies. So I think it's important. We discussed it earlier today. We have to make sure that companies are assessed on the actual value they provide to society, and I mean there we need indeed the right metrics, and we need to go to more standardization of these metrics. Yeah. Lafarge-Holcim considers itself as a building solutions company, which is a concept broad enough to enable the company to diversify in new types of businesses. It could be in other materials, it could be indeed more in consultancy, it could be more into downstream businesses such as precast concrete, for example, or contracting. Why not? This assessment is who knows, or indeed purely, let's say, sustainable construction consultancy, helping better design of buildings, reducing embodied CO2, but also life cycle impact. So that's That's something we are considering. So actually, we are, with the strategy department, we are assessing these opportunities. In some countries, in emerging economies, I believe the first focus should be on quality of buildings, should be on professionalizing the construction sector. And I mean, just by doing so, you will significantly improve sustainability performance, massively improve sustainability performance actually, when you see the average lifetime of a poorly constructed building in some countries today. This process is, by the way, a process we went through also in developed countries. After the Second World War, there was a massive effort to increase quality of buildings, to increase durability of buildings, and this work has to be done in the rest of the world. As such, it will reduce the consumption of resources, and as such, it will also reduce strongly CO2 emissions. So I would say, before going to high-end solutions, this part of the job has to be done.